Ijo Laba Laba, right here on the Drive Show. Male kept alongside
your favorite captainess, Miss Wandera.
All right. And we, as I promised earlier, Maze, that in this specific hour, we're going to be having a very fantastic doctor coming through to talk to us about diet and how it is important. Now, without much further ado, asante sana for joining us. Welcome to the show.
Asante sana.
Kindly introduce yourself and tell our listeners what is your area of specialization.
My name is Lundu Philip. I'm a clinical nutritionist. My areas of specialization is dietary management. Mm-hmm. Basically, most of the chronic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, mm-hmm. cancer, arthritis, and gout. And in this field, that we don't prescribe medications. Mm-hmm. We prescribe food. Specific types of nutrients mm-hmm. in order to manage different type of condition. Mm-hmm. We have two major nutrients. We call them macronutrients. These are macronutrients na maanisha zile kubwa kiasi. I think they are bigger than the micronutrients. Mm-hmm. And the macronutrients, they are proteins, Kiswahili inaitwa protein, and then there is carbohydrates, and then there is fats, and the micronutrients, they are required in little amount in the body. Mm-hmm. Though they are required in little amount, but it still plays a very important role in our body system. Mm-hmm. These are things like there are two types. There are the vitamins and the mineral. Vitamini kama vitamin A, B, C, vitamin A, D, E, K. Also, we have the minerals like potassium, magnesium, sodium. Zile vitu tulifanya kwa biology for mtu pale tukakata kusoma.
They're catching up with us, okay.
So we get to know the patient health status, and the first thing that when the patient comes to the hospital, there is usually what we call the vital signs. We take the vital sign. Tunaangalia blood pressure, tunaangalia height yake na kilo yake, unasikia body mass index. Ukiambia body mass index unapata unaambiwa kwamba yako iko juu sana, yako iko chini. So body mass index inasaidia kuonyesha kwamba how much is recommended weight that your height can carry.
Okay.
Uwezi kuwa 130 centimeters na kilo yako ni 150, haiko sawa. But ukiwa 172 centimeters na kilo yako iko 50, si mbaya, but iko chini. Kuna ile cadre. So we have the normal ranges of body mass index. Kuna the normal inafaa iko between 18 to 24.9 kilograms per meter square. That is the required. So ikiwa chini ya below 18 inamaanisha wewe ni mwembamba kama reli. Alafu ile ambayo inatakikana ni 18 to 24.9. Alafu pia tena kuna ile ambayo 25 to 30 tunaita overweight. Then 30 to above tunaita obesity sasa. Okay. There are different type of obesity. Kuna type 1, kuna class 1 na kuna class 2 of obesity. Na hii yote inatokana na lifestyle. Lifestyle ni jinsi ambavyo huwa tunashinda kutokea mchana kutwa. Kutokea asubuhi hadi jioni, kama wewe ni mtu ambapo unaketi kwa kiti mchana kutwa, na pia aina ya chakula ambacho unapenda kukula, kipimo ya chakula, mapishi unapika katika njia gani, kulingana na kazi yako na agenda yako. No, there is specific when we talk about nutrition status, we talk about the energy requirement. It's about your age, your gender, your level of activity. Level of activity, kama wewe ni mtu ambaye unasukuma wheelbarrow, na yule ambaye mtu anaketi kwa ofisi, energy requirement ni tofauti. Mtu anasukuma wheelbarrow akikula chapati 5 hakuna shida, kwa sababu yote itaisha barabarani. Lakini yule mtu ambaye anaketi kwa ofisi akikula chapati 5 si sawa. Tuseme mtu anasukuma wheelbarrow na yeye si mgonjwa, hana diabetes, hana pressure, hana matatizo yote ya kiafya. Akila chapati 5 wakati anasukuma hiyo wheelbarrow ama mkokoteni ni sawa. Lakini kama unaketi kwa ofisi masaa 8, uko tu pale, ni simu, ni laptop, ni computer, iko hapo usonge mahali popote, like ukikula chapati 5 si sawa.
Well, let me interrupt you right there. What if let's say in the morning I did not have any breakfast? And kazi yetu kama sasa sisi journalist, we are in studio most of the time, we are seated, to move a lot. Hata ukimove una move to within your environment. So what is like the best, or rather what is the appropriate meal proportions to take so that you can be in line with first and foremost your body weight, and also to avoid moving towards being obese, kwa sababu kidogo tu hivyo umekaa kwa ofisi unaanza kuona na siku hizi fulani ameanza kunona, fulani amekuwa hivi na hivi.
Makosa ile ambayo tunafanya baada ya kumaliza shule na kuajiriwa, huwa tunataka kulipisha kisasi zile siku tuliteseka shuleni. Tukikula simu ambayo haijaiva vizuri ama ni kidogo, tukikula githeri
kuna weevils
ndani, unasikia mafuta taa. So huwa mara mingi wanataka kulipisha kisasi. Unapata kwamba mtu anakula kupita ambapo inahitajika kwa mwili wake. Umeulizia kuhusu asubuhi, unajua inategemea na hali ya afya ya mtu, ndio itawezesha kujua ni kipimo gani ya chakula. Kwa mfano, watoto ambao wanaenda shuleni wanahitaji energy nzuri sana ili waweze kuconcentrate kwa darasa. Nakumbuka tukiwa shuleni, yule mtu ambaye alikuwa amekosa kunywa chai kwa sababu amechelewa, atakuwa akipiga miayo saa yote. Atakuwa kisinzia, atakuwa concentration level yake itakuwa inaenda chini. Kwa sababu hao, unajua yule mtu hata wakati wa mtihani watu wengi sana huwa walikuwa wanakonda kwa sababu nasoma sana. Unajua watu wanafikiria kazi ya ofisi ni rahisi sana kuliko ule mtu anafanya mjengo. Kwa sababu ubongo ama brain yetu natumia energy mingi sana. So unapata kwamba mwanafunzi itakuwa ni bora sana apate breakfast. Na pia breakfast yake inategemea hali yake ya afya. Na uzungumzia sasa yule mwanafunzi ambapo hana ugonjwa yote. So ni vizuri kwamba akuwe na balanced food. Na balance tunasema kwamba kitambo tulikuwa tunasema balanced food. Hivi sasa tunasema healthy balanced food. Tofauti ni hii, nakupa mfano. Kama ni balanced food, unajua unaweza kuwa unakula proteins, carbohydrate na vitamins. Lakini pale kwa proteins unaweza kuwa uko na kuku, na kwa carbohydrates umeka pale viazi, na umeka chapati. Na pia uko na mboga. Unapata kwamba hizi ni balance kwa nutrients. Iko na carbohydrates, iko na proteins, iko na vitamin. Lakini sio healthy kwa sababu umekula aina mbili ya carbohydrate kwa wakati moja. Viazi na chapati ni familia moja, yote ni carbohydrate. So tuseme kwamba kama ni mtoto wa shule sasa inafaa kule healthy balanced diet. Healthy ni kwamba aina moja ya protein, aina moja ya carbohydrates, na vitamins. Anaweza vitamins kama mboga na matunda, anaweza changanisha. Huyu ni yule ambaye hana ugonjwa wote, hana madawa yote ambapo anameza. Tunasema kwamba yeye akipata breakfast ni sawa. Kama ni mwanafunzi. Lakini ukipata sasa mtu mzima, najua kwamba kitambo katika advertisement mingi sana katika runinga na vituo vya redio huwa wanasema breakfast is the most important
meal of the day.
Na siku hizi tumepata kujua kwamba si lazima hule kwa sababu imefika wakati wa kukula. Si lazima kwa sababu ni breakfast, ni lunch time, una njaa, lakini kwa sababu ni breakfast unataka kula breakfast. Una njaa lakini kwa sababu wameandaa chakula kwa meza na huhisi njaa lakini unataka kukula. Kuna hii concept ambayo imetokea, intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting sio diet. Intermittent fasting ni mpangilio wa wakati wa kukula chakula. It's borrowed from religion, with the way they are fasting. Na intermittent fasting inakuwa sana sana kwa wale watu ambao wako na kilo ya juu sana, na wana ugonjwa wowote, lakini wangependa kurudisha kilo yao chini. Wamejaribu ile kitu naita kilocalories. Calories ni energy ambao unapata, nguvu ambao unapata kwa chakula fulani ukikula. So kwa intermittent fasting ni mpangilio wa chakula. Kwa mfano, mtu anaamua apate akule chakula yake ya kwanza kwa siku ni saa 8. Na chakula yake ya mwisho ni saa 2 ya usiku. So kutokea saa 2 ya usiku mpaka saa 8 ya mchana hali chochote. Hali chochote. So hiyo ni concept tunasema kwamba ndasema kwa Kiingereza kwamba the longer the gap between meal, the higher the fat burning. So ukiwa na muda mrefu katikati ya chakula, mwili yako sasa ile energy ambayo umekula kwa chakula itakuwa imetumika ikaisha, mwili kalazimishwa iende sasa katika store, ambayo store ndio mafuta sasa. Ikaenda kwa ile store ika convert back ile mafuta i provide energy. So in that process ya ku convert the stored fats ambayo ilikuwa ni sugar ikwe glucose tena mtu anapoteza kilo.
Okay.
So inategemea na hali ya afya ya mtu na goal yako unataka nini. Kwa mwanafunzi ni tofauti, anahitaji energy, anahitaji kuconcentrate kwa darasa. Kwa yule mtu ambaye kuna kilo ambayo iko juu, yeye angependa kupunguza kilo yake. So anafaa kuna different, kuna ketogenic diet, kuna low carbohydrate diet, kuna low kilocalories diet. So kuna mpangilio tofauti. So siwezi sema kwa sana ni gani, inategemea na hali ya afya mtu, age yake, health status yake.
All right. Now it is exactly 5:30. We are going to be going on a short musical break. All right, 41 past 5 o'clock right here on The Dry Show. You are hanging out with man like Kipto alongside
your favorite captainess here, Miss Wandera.
And of course, we have the wonderful doctor in the building,
Philip Lundu.
Asante sana daktari. Now, we had promised when you do come back, we are going to be touching on something very special for each and every one of us, especially right here in the coastal region. Our brothers and sisters are right now observing the Ramadan, and it's a very interesting and challenging time. Because earlier I was talking to one of our colleagues, KD, and he was telling me, by the way, he's feeling some sort of ulcers because of all the fasting.
Yeah.
What could be like the cause of such sensation, and how best can he approach the situation?
Asante sana kwa swali, because you see the essence of fasting, the Ramadan fasting, they fast from dawn to dusk.
Yes.
And you see the timing of their breaking of their fast. It's around 6 p.m. depending on the region. And during that particular, after Maghrib prayer, iftar, then they go for Maghrib prayer, then they come to take their meals now. The biggest challenge that people usually experience during this particular period, that they are spoiled of choices of food because it's in plenty. And most of the coastal food, it's too spicy.
Okay.
It is too oily, and sometimes they have gassy food. The gassy food, there are things like soda and the juices. And it's recommended that when we take dinner or supper, it should be at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. And most of the people, the mistake they do after Maghrib prayer, they tend to overeat. And the cooking method also is not good. The food are deep fried.
Okay.
The recommended best healthy cooking method is either baking. You can do air frying. You can do steaming or blanching. You can do shallow frying, but not deep fried. Those people who have several episodes of esophageal reflux syndrome or disease, they are not supposed to take any food that is deep fried. They are not supposed to take any food that is either fatty or oily. So it will be very important for this particular friend of yours to ensure that he, after Maghrib, he stay upright for about 2 to 3 hours after meal, or chukua hatua kidogo kutembea kidogo. Asikule na kujiboga kwa kitanda ama kwa sofa set. Baada ya kukula, amekula chapati, mahamri, amekula mitai, akanywa soda, alafu baadaye pale akapata biryani ama akapata pilau. Hizo zote ni spices. Alafu tena baada ya kuzikula anaenda kulala. Unajua unapolala ni kama tumbo inainuka, inakuja karibu na kuna kitu katikati ya tumbo, kifua na tumbo, inaitwa sphincter muscles, kama mlango. So jua ameshiba kupita kiasi, zile chakula ambapo zimeshagika kidogo, gasi yake inajaribu kurudi juu sasa, kwa sababu amekula na kulala kainama, ambayo sio sawa. Itakuwa ni bora kwamba amaliza masaa 2-3 na situmie vitu ambazo ziko na spicy na mafuta mingi, ili aweze kusaidika. Na kifungo ya Ramadhan ni nzuri sana kwa dini na pia kwa afya mtu. Mimi naichukua kama ni kipindi cha detox katika mambo ya kiafya. Ni ile ambapo unapatia mwili wako nafasi ya kutoa ile uchafu yote. Na inasaidia sana. Huwa naambia ugonjwa wangu sana kwamba siku ya Ramadhan ndio siku nzuri sana, kwa sababu when you do something in a group or in a team, the effectiveness and the teamwork, it can motivate you.
Yeah.
But the challenge that we have is that after Maghrib prayer, what kind of food do we eat, and the portion. And you find sometimes people wake up in the suhoor, also they tend to overeat because they know they are going to spend the whole day without eating. So somebody try to compensate what he's going to miss throughout the day and what he missed throughout the day. So you want to make sure that through that few hours, it's about 6 to 7 hours, he wants to have full. And that's the biggest problem. So we ask that during this particular, also ensure that the food is healthy and balanced. Just take, because when you fast, tumbo yako huwa inarudi inakuwa kidogo, ina shrink kiasi, kwa sababu ile portion ambayo uko umezoea kila dakika unaweka kitu kwa mdomo itolewa. Mchana kutwa ufanye hivyo. Lakini sasa wakati ambapo imefika usiku, tumbo imeshrink kiasi na tena unataka kuioverload na kuifungua kabisa, si sawa, kwa sababu Ramadan katika dini na katika mambo ya afya pia huwa inasaidia. So kama ni baada ya maghrib prayer, kwa mfano nasema mtu anaweza kuchukua chapati moja na kuku ambayo imekuwa grill ama imekuwa shallow fried na mboga ya majani, itamsaidia. So tusema kama iftara kichukua tende 3 na pengine decaffeinated coffee, alafu enda kasali. Baada kusali maghrib kuja kukula, achukue chapati moja na kuku chicken thigh 2 hapo hivyo na pamoja na mboga majani. Akipumzika kabla alale, anaweza kuwa akikunywa maji ya kutosha, kwa sababu mchana kutwa atakuwa ameshinda na itasaidia sana katika mambo yake ya kiafya na pia hata katika mambo ya dini. Ndio hata suhura akiamka suhur tena asile kupitisha, asile slice mkate mzima, kwa sababu mchana kutwa
unalipiza
ni saumu mchana kutwa, haitakuwa sawa. Ni kwa sababu ni kwamba unachukua chakula kingi katika wakati mchache, na ingefaa ikusaidie hata katika mambo ya kiafya. Haitakuwa vizuri sana baada ya Ramadan uongeze kilo. Haitakuwa vizuri. Inafaa hata katika vipimo ya kiafya na hata kidini itakwambia kwamba utakuwa umezidisha kitu fulani, umezidisha chakula. Kwa sababu wakati huu watu wengi ni wakarimu sana. Ana mtu anakualika. So tukue ile kitu ya kujisema asante, niko sawa. Kwa sababu ukiangalia hiyo ni kama tu ile intermittent fasting. Hata pia wakati ambapo Wakristo wanafunga, pia hata kuna mpangilio fulani. Wakati ambapo unafungua fasting yako, hauwezi fungua fasting na githeri, kwa sababu inaweza kuletea shida sana. Hauwezi fungua fasting na sinia nzima ya biriani. Unafungua na maji na vitu nyepesi, ukipik pole pole. Huwezi toka dry fasting ya siku 3 na unatembelea ugali sani nzima.
Also the type of food you take is also
important.
But then let me interrupt you hapo hivyo. You mentioned that there is also, and we know right now there's a lot of dates, watu wanakula tende nyingi sana. And I was reading somewhere that dates particularly have also a specific type of reaction to the human body. Kwa sababu if you take dates quickly after fads, I think they could lead to inaweza kuharibia tumbo or something. I did not get the full message from the article, but alikuwa anasema you're supposed to take dates with a certain type of proportion and certain types of timings. How true is the statement?
Na katika hali ya kawaida, tende haina madhara yote. Na kama ni wakati wa kufunga, unaona kwamba mtu anaweza pata kama baada ya kufungua 3-2 na maji. Wengine wanapenda kufungua pengine na maziwa ama na kahawa. Lakini wakati ambapo mtu yote ukizidisha, tuseme kama unakula nusu kilo, hata kama wewe si mgonjwa itakuletea shida. Date iko na madini nzuri sana inasaidia. Kwanza ambayo iko nayo ni iron. Iron ni kiungo ambacho kinasaidia kuongeza vipimo vya hemoglobin level kwa mwili. Na wakati ambapo ukichanganisha tende pamoja na maziwa, utakuwa umeharibu hiyo madini ambayo ingepatikana kwa mwili.
I'm a victim. Okay.
Sababu maziwa, kwa sababu maziwa iko na calcium, na calcium huwa is interact na iron.
Okay.
Na kwa sababu dates iko na iron, maziwa iko na calcium. So njia nzuri ya kutumia date, pengine uchanganishe dates na maembe, uchanganishe na machungwa, maji ya machungwa ama maji ya maembe, kwa sababu iko na vitamin C.
Okay.
Na kazi ya vitamin C ni kuincrease ile rate ambayo iron ambayo iko kwa date itapata kuwa absorb kwa mwili. Lakini ukichanganisha na maziwa, ile maziwa itaibind, itaingia kwa mwili yako, lakini haitakuwa absorb, itatoka tu vile ambavyo iliingia.
Wow.
So kula 2-3 ni sawa. Na pia kuna moderation. Everything is about moderation.
Yeah.
Date is good, but if you overdo it also, again, it's not okay. It will bring some digestion problem, especially those people who have persistent chronic constipation. Wanashindwa kupata choo na mtu anyumaji vizuri. Kila mara lazima apeleke hospitali ndio aweze pata choo kubwa. Na kwa sababu atakuwa anaegemea upande moja zaidi na apate madini zingine zaidi. So it's everything's about moderation. What is the combination? Basically, is the combination of food and the amount that you are going to take at a particular time.
All right. 51 past 5 o'clock right here on the Drive Show. We are going on another musical journey, and this musical break is sponsored courtesy of the one and only Joe Boy with a duffel bag. When you do come back, want to ask or rather engage about hormonal imbalance, because a particular listener requested that we do engage the good doctor on what and why some people are affected with hormonal imbalance. Stick around to find out more right here on The Drive Show. For Here by Terry playing right here on The Drive Show. That is the DJ special courtesy of the one and only DJ Bobby 25 course. Now, driving this show all the way from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock is Mala Kiptra alongside
your favorite captainess, Miss Wandera.
All right. And remember, we do have the fantastic doctor right here, Maze, making sure that you are delivering all the dietary needs and education just for you. Now, we are right here, and I just wanted to remind you guys that this segment is particularly special because to consult an expert, you will be charged close or more than 4,000 Kenya shillings for a session, for only one session, not as if for a session, only one session. Sindio?
Yeah.
So Mazekauko out there, send in your question, send in anything you want us to discuss right about now. All our social media handles are open at Blue Radio KE. You can alternatively find this conversation live via the web www.blueradio.co.ke.
So now let's skip over a bit to females and how diet affects their lives. When it comes to menstrual cramps, what types of food are we supposed to eat maybe to reduce them?
It depends with different individual. There's no like a specific food. There are several ranges of hormones that plays along with the urge to eat a food. And at the same time, in this particular period, there are people who have got heavy bleeding. There are people, their bleeding takes longer time, more than probably 4 days. And there are people who have got very light bleeding and their period is shorter. Other people, it's a bit painful, and they cannot bear that pain.
Yeah.
One of the things is because we know in this particular period, most ladies from the age of 9 years to around 49 or 50, they tend to lose a lot of weight. So we normally advise that as a precautionary, they eat food that is rich with iron.
Rich in iron.
So in order to boost the iron level, because in this particular period, no matter the amount of blood that you're going to lose, at the end of the month, there's a drop in your blood level.
Yeah.
So the best way is to ensure that you eat food that is rich with iron. And those food that are rich with iron also, they are different. There are those that are readily available for absorption, and there are those that are not readily available for absorption. Okay. It depends with the choice of particular food and the combination during preparation. I will give an example of beetroot juice. I know most people tend to relate beetroot juice with boosting blood. Yeah. I want to say beetroot is good. It's healthy. One of the best antioxidant. But when it comes to in terms of improving your hemoglobin level, for individual who require it, especially those who have got iron deficiency anemia, they need around 25 liters of beetroot in order to get 1 milligram of iron.
Oh,
Okay, for a lady who is not expectant, the ranges requirement for a day, it's around 16 to 18 milligrams of iron. What do you
Okay.
see? Beetroot 25 liters give you 1 milligram.
1 milligram. What about?
Yeah, so you choose a food that you eat small portion, and you are able to get maximum amount of iron.
Iron, yeah.
For example, we'll give over a chicken liver. So chicken liver, 90 grams give you around 14 milligrams of iron. And for a lady who is not expectant, require around 18, 16 to
Okay.
18 there.
16 to 18, okay.
So you see, it's the chicken liver. It's so small, but and it's readily available for absorption. There are so many factors which might hinder even that 1 milligrams of iron from beetroot from being absorbed in the body. That's number one. So they need to have like iron-rich food in order to caution the blood load during this particular period. There are different range of hormones. There is one hormone called leptin. Leptin hormone. The spelling of leptin is LEPTIN. This is the satiety hormone. This is a hormone that tells your brain, can you please tell Philip that he's full to stop eating?
Okay.
It sends signal to the brain
Uh-huh.
to inform my brain that I'm full.
Yeah.
So, but the choice of food, you tend to find there are people during their period, they tend to crave more.
Yeah.
Of-
something. There's something you crave
There's something,
for.
and there are people. There's this soda they have to put it in their fridge, and they want it very cold during this particular period.
Yeah.
But you see, leptin is affected by the amount of sugar that we take.
Okay.
This is what happens when you eat any food that we eat. The body breaks it down to become glucose.
Yeah.
Whether you eat brown rice, it becomes glucose in the body.
Yeah.
If you eat white rice, it becomes glucose in the body. So any carbohydrate, and there are two classes of carbohydrate. Right? There is simple carbohydrate and a complex carbohydrate.
Okay.
Simple carbohydrate, there are things like soda, there are things like juices, there are things like honey, there are things like table sugar. It takes shorter time for them to change the blood sugar level. Okay? So when you have them in excess amount and you are not going to spend it, because it's in plenty, the body cannot remove glucose through waste as a waste, the way we remove other waste through long colon and short colon.
Yeah.
So the body will change this glucose to become fat. So the more carbohydrates we take, the more sugary food and drinks we take, the more we have more fat cells. The more we have fat cells, now it reduces the sensitivity of leptin hormone.
Okay.
So this hormone will send signal to the brain, but it will not reach the brain because of a lot of fat cells. So you will keep on eating and eating and eating. So the more you take things like soda during that period, the more you will have leptin resistance.
Okay.
The leptin is released, but there's some resistance. The information is not reaching the brain. It's there. The body is releasing it. But that information is entered because of high inflammation, because of sugar. So you keep on eating and eating and eating and eating. And then there's another one hormone called ghrelin. Now, so leptin is the satiety, which tells the brain, stop, you're full. Ghrelin is the one that tells the brain, you keep on eating. The spelling of ghrelin is GRHELIN. So there are specific food that when you keep on eating them, it keeps on telling your brain, eat more.
Eat more.
That is ice cream.
Okay.
That's chocolate. So the more you eat chocolate, the more it tells your brain, keep on eating. You are not
Keep on
full.
eating, okay.
The more you eat fries, it will keep telling your brain, you are not full. Keep on eating. The more you eat vishete, mahamri kaimati, it will keep on sending information to your brain. You are not full.
You need more.
You need more. Can you keep on eating?
Yeah.
So the more you eat, the more ghrelin is released. The more ghrelin is released, the more you gain weight.
Okay.
And this particular, the more sugar you have, it increases inflammation. And that particular period, there is a lot of pain. There's inflammation, and you are in pain, and you are gaining more weight. There's resistance of leptin. There's high production of ghrelin.
Okay.
So you eat more, you have increased inflammation markers, which can trigger other conditions. And then now you need to eat food that's supposed to activate the leptin hormone. These are protein-rich food. I'll give an example of Greek yogurt, which is a flat in taste. It's like natural yogurt. There's no flavors. There's nothing added.
It's plain.
But those people who go for flavored yogurt, because flavored yogurt has got sugar.
Yeah.
This sugar in the flavored yogurt will keep on keep on making the body to release ghrelin.
Okay.
So that you can have like a liter of flavored yogurt, you won't feel anything.
Yeah.
But when you take the natural yogurt, you will feel that you're okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You're fine. Okay, when you take something like chia seeds or flax seeds, you will feel that you're fine. Like eggs has got good amount of protein. One egg give you around 8 grams of protein. So the more protein you have, there will be less production of sugar and reduce fat storage and inflammation. And the information of leptin will reach the brain and tell your brain that you are full. You stop eating at this particular time. So when you talk about now during this particular menstrual cycle period, now you check the iron, you check the production of leptin hormone, you check the production of ghrelin hormone, and there is another one. There are so many hormones. I won't finish them right now. I'll just mention this few. The cortisol hormone, now the stress hormone. So this stress hormone, there are people when they are stressed, they eat.
I'm one of them for sure. Stress eating.
They feel good when they eat. It's
True.
like it's solving their problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So this give them more anger pang, keep driving them to, we call them nocturnal feeding. You find them at night, people are eating,
asleep.
They're asleep, and there's somebody munching crips. So during this particular period, we need there's some food that when you eat, it also increases stress in the body. There's sugary food. The drinks. So instead of taking the soda, instead of taking the juices, you go for water. Okay, go for salad, you go for whole fruit, but not the juices. So it will reduce the stress in the body, apart from the emotional stress, the financial stress, the physical stress, the other stress that arises from the type and the portion of food that we take during this particular period. And we know at this particular period, people are very uncomfortable. So they want something that can snap them out of this pain, out of this whatever they are doing at this particular period. So they cannot use food to camouflage that food so that they feel much better. So in that particular way, they are creating another future problem that they are not in a position to control it.
Oh wow, interesting.
Very interesting, yeah. The connection between the mind and the body is very
food.
amazing. By the way, unajua, someone was telling me that food is like it's like fuel to the, not only fuel to the body, but it speaks also to your soul, because you can imagine there's a particular food that tells you should continue eating, and then there's a particular food also which is telling you
enough, that's enough,
itoshe bwana. That is very, very interesting. Now I would really like to ask about guys who work out and fitness. There is a friend of mine who really is into exercises, but I don't know if he has a specific meal plan, kwa sababu after workouts the guy is just hapo hivyo labda ni kupika ni kuingia tu anything that is there. Unaona leo ni kupika ugali na mboga, labda ugali na nyama. Like, how should someone approach their diet when they are working out or exercising?
I'll try to answer that. I'm a clinical nutritionist, and I know there's a sport nutritionist. I know there are different types of workout when you go to the gym. There's cardio training, and there's what do you call it? There's cardio.
And then there's cardio. They are not using
strength training.
And
yes,
exactly.
Strength. I was looking for the word. The strength training. So strength training is more of building the muscles. Because the more muscles you have, the more you burn calories. Okay. And the more you have high basal metabolic rate, even when you are seated, because even small movement of your body muscles, there's some calories that you burn better than somebody who has got more body fats. And we tend to have to build those muscles during cardio training. During strength training. So strength training build muscles. So when you have more muscles, you burn more calories, even at rest. Okay. Now the cardio is more of burning the fats. Okay, I'll give an example of cardio like treadmill. You tend to burn more fats. But the strength training of weightlifting, it's a bit different. That you are trying to change the body fats to become muscles. There's specific type of protein they are supposed to have and carbohydrates they are supposed to have, because their goal is about having the muscles. It's not about shedding the body fats. I know most of them. One of my sport nutrition talked about recently. He was mentioning about the difference between the whey protein and the casein protein. There is protein in milk, but there is whey protein, the casein protein, and those people who build muscle, they tend to use more of the whey protein, and then we give them more of supplement and to supplement the diet, whatever they are taking. You cannot be going for cardio and you are eating one slice of bread. You cannot be going to cardio and you are eating one serving spoon of rice.
It's not possible. It's not proportional.
It's unproportional. I think when you sit down with the fitness trainer, specifically sport nutritionist, is in a better position to give you a plan that is directly going to assist you to achieve your goal in building the muscles. I'm more of the clinical part of the condition, the medication, and the treatment plan. But there are nutritionists who are in sport nutrition who will assist you to make sure that you can do this exercise for this particular period. This is the amount of protein that will help you to get your muscles up. This is the amount of carbohydrate that you provide the energy during the routine and also during the maintenance time. Okay.
All right. Now, before we go on this musical journey, I have a final question right here. How does environmental factors, affect someone's diet, body weight, and generally their well-being?
This is an easy question. If we go to Kisii, most people there, they are obese people, but the environment talks about the food around you.
Yeah.
Okay. The environment of food in Mombasa is totally different with the environment of food in Kisii. The environment of food in Nairobi is different from Nyeri. I remember during the COVID area, most people were affected. It was Nairobi, Mombasa, and Nyeri because of the environment of food. If you are in Mombasa, I think after every 10 steps, there is somebody selling something, food. And every junction in every highway junction in Mombasa, there are energy drinks being sold there. There are juices being sold there. So the environment which exposes you to junk food tend to influence the choice of food. The environment that is full of junk food tend to influence your food choices. You tend to buy more of junk food. Okay? Mombasa is more of potatoes.
Yeah.
Nairobi is more of potatoes and Nyeri is more of potatoes. When you go to Kisii and Kisumu is more, Kisii is about matoke.
Bananas.
When you see Mombasa is more of rice also, but when you see rice has got more calorie compared to matoke. Okay, when you go to Kisii, Kisumu, their choice of food is fish, and fish has got zero carbohydrate.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know whether Luyas have got food allergy or food intolerance.
Please.
But the environment exposes them to more of ugali.
Ugali, yeah.
So their preference in the choice of food because of the culture and the environment there. So people who are in Nairobi and Mombasa and Kisumu and Nakuru, they will eat more of junk food as compared to somebody who is there in the village.
Yeah, true.
Because of the environment, provide them with sukuma wiki, mchicha, nduma, and it's a bit affordable than here in Mombasa. A kg of nduma in Mombasa goes for around 300. Okay, for them maybe they are getting it at 200 shillings or 150 shillings. So also the environment affect the cost of food. Okay, so that one, it depends where you are. But the thing that we are supposed to know is that what is your health status? What is the goal that you have concerning your ideal body weight? Okay, so it will influence you in getting that education to make the right decision, no matter what you have in your environment. If people are eating every 30 minutes, somebody is biting something. If they in an office, the environment, there's snack every time, there's cookies, you will eat. That's the environment. The office exposes you to an environment where there's tea, there's coffee, there's soda. It will affect the choice of food and your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Exactly 19 past 6 o'clock. We are going on this musical journey. Yeah, man. And when we do come back, we'll be returning with the social update. Exactly 24 past 6 o'clock. The mayor of Lagos, Yeah, man, featuring the one and only Kulosa Hitmaker. Playing right here on The Drive Show. You are in the company of Man like Kipto alongside
your favorite captainess, Miss Wandera.
All right. And we are joined by the spectacular Dr. Philip, who is delivering all the right information about diet and health. Now, it is, or rather, I would like to say our 1 hour is up. But before we do exit, want to give the good doctor a minute or two to for his parting shot to you, our dear listener, and everyone was out there looking for a specific diet or rather solution to their diet.
I will summarize by saying that there's a lot of misinformation outside there. Even when you Google in the internet, you might not get the right information that affect your individual life. I will advise maybe you seek an advice of a professional nutritionist who's registered by the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietetic Institute to assist you to come up with a plan. And most people want to lose weight. The weight that you want to lose in 7 days, you gain it probably for the last 10 years. So you can't lose it in 10 days, 21 days, or 30 days. It's not an event. It's a process. And food is medicine. What matters is the frequency of particular food that you take per day, per week, the combination of different food, the portion of specific macronutrients, that is the proteins, the carbohydrates, and the vitamin. And snacking is not necessary unless you are under heavy medication. Snack is not that important in a day unless you are doing heavy work. Your energy expenditure is very high. And also it's very important that don't eat because people are eating. Eat when you are hungry. Don't eat because you have seen food. Eat when the body needs that you feel that indeed I'm hungry, you want to eat. And the last thing is that at least try to take dinner 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. And the most important thing that I want each and everyone else to remember, the longer the gap between meals, the higher the fat burning. That is the easiest way to lose your weight. Thank you so much.
Okay, all right. 26 past 6 o'clock right here on The Drive Show.